Today I fucked up because my 4-year-old asked why daddy was kissing mommy's butt. Too long didn't read, got caught going to Browntown on my wife by my 4-year-old daughter because I didn't lock the door. This happened literally 10 minutes ago. I'm dying laughing. My wife is mortified. My wife and I haven't had a whole lot of alone time recently. A 4-year-old hasn't been sleeping well and comes to our bed to snuggle and sleep with us most nights. Tonight, after a few glasses of wine, we decide that tonight is the night. We tell our daughter to leave our room, and shut the door on the way out. I did not, however, tell her to lock it. Shenanigans begin. Now, I like eating my wife's ass. It's just what I do. After a few minutes of getting to business, my wife starts frantically hitting me on the head and shouting, "Babe, babe, babe." I look up from my wife's thighs and see our 4-year-old, literally in bed with us, laughing her ass off, and the first words out of her mouth are, "Why is daddy sniffing your butt?" I immediately extricate myself from the situation, roll over, and die laughing into my pillow. About this time, our 18-year-old walks up to our bedroom door to check in on the situation. My wife and I, both clearly naked under the sheets, are dying laughing as our 4-year-old reports to her big sister, "I saw daddy kissing mommy's butt." Our eldest knows exactly what just happened and she herself starts dying of laughter in the doorway. Mixture of humor and terror overtake my wife, and finally she gives in and starts laughing her ass off. We eventually banish our little gremlin back to her bedroom and our eldest makes popcorn and goes back to her room. I'm lying here with my wife right now, laughing our asses off, drinking wine, and watching Veep for the 50th time. Edit, we are about 30 minutes out of the incident. My wife is freaking out thinking what our daughter is going to tell her daycare teacher tomorrow. She keeps rubbing her forehead saying, "I can't believe what just happened." Edit, next morning, haha, my wife, also on Reddit, is floored by these comments. Little one has not brought it up again yet. Edit again, "You wanna eat ass, eat." Posted this as a reply to another post but probably good for the general populace. I agree, it's a weird concept. The first time I went all the way down was with one of my first girlfriends in college and of course we were both drunk as skunks. She was naked with that caboose in the air, and I thought fuck it, time to get to business. And damn, anybody who reads this, and I've said it before, eating ass isn't eating shit. Take your hand, make a fist, and lick the center. That's what eating ass tastes like. It tastes like nothing. It's just skin. If it tastes like shit, I'm sorry, you got a nasty woman who can't wipe properly. I'm not trying to brag, but my woman is a fucking smoke show and will get it day or night. Okay, maybe bragging a little bit. This sounds less traumatic than the time our 2-year-old walked in on us. We were staying with my parents that summer, and we didn't get a lot of alone time. Plus, we were staying in the bedroom right above my parents' room, and my mom was making comments about how noisy the new Pergo floor was up there and how she could hear everything before we so much as set our bags down after we got there. One afternoon, my parents are gone and the boy is napping, and my wife and I go to the TV room for some privacy. She's on my lap, facing me, and we are going to town well enough that I didn't notice the door open until a tiny hand grabbed my ball sack while trying to figure out why it was bouncing around. I yelped, my wife yelled and almost knocked him over getting off of me. He broke down in tears. That was the end of the fun for that day. When you want to know what's going on, grab life by the balls and make it tell you. That's CEO material. My 2-year-old son opened an accidentally unlocked door, walked in and yelled "Oh Toodles." He had been watching Mickey Mouse Clubhouse just a moment earlier. We still laugh about as I lock the door. Daddy was just trying to help mommy find the mystery mouse car tool. Removed by Reddit. Wholesome. Okay, so I'm an older guy. I know there's like a googly-eyed horny face you can use. I think it's called Lenny. Can't figure it out. But just pretend that there's a Lenny face as a response. Because you guys all laughed so much, she knows it's a crowd pleaser. She's definitely going to tell other people. Ha ha ha, damn, you were so right. Today I fucked up by telling my wife I didn't want to shave her butthole. So my wife loves to watch TikTok videos at 100% volume while I watch shows she doesn't really care for. Eventually I just give in and watch them with her on her phone. Some of them are actually decent. One started as a prank video between a husband and wife. The mildly attractive wife in the TikTok made up a story about her normal spa being closed and she needed her husband to wax her booty hole. And that completely grossed the husband out. My wife then looks up at me and jokingly asks, "Would you shave my butthole?" Without thinking or missing a beat I respond, "No, but I would shave her butthole." Instant regret flooded my whole body. I didn't mean it, but I knew that didn't matter. She turned bright red with tears in her eyes and stormed off. Then I said the least likely sentences I ever thought I would utter to my wife as an apology. "Baby, come back. I didn't mean it. I would love to shave your butthole." She has not talked to me in 3 hours. Too long didn't read. Today I fucked up by telling my wife I would shave some random woman's turd cutter on TikTok before I would shave hers. Edit, we eventually made up and I even showed her this post and we had a good laugh. Some solid advice in the comments lol. For those looking for the TikTok, it's from Billy and Brandy and should be easy to find. Hagrid voice, I shouldn't have said that. Mistakes were made. Yes they were. She is never going to forget this. Just go get the supplies you need to shave her butthole and surprise her. It's the only way. Everyone loves a surprise butthole shave. It's cool up. I will shave your wife's butthole. I think I'd need to see a picture first. Today I fucked up by suggesting to my wife how she could finally stop nursing. Daughter is almost 2 and a voracious nurser. She'll latch on and stay on through the night and often throughout the day. My wife and I both feel it's excessive and have tried different methods to wean her off nursing, or at least slow her down. Nothing seems to work. For context, my boy is 5 and was done with it at 1.5 years old. It seemed like a very easy and natural step for him. Different story for my little girl. My wife is exhausted by it. We're not having more kids, so she often blurts out she's so done with it and wants to cut them off. Yikes. I've suggested some other methods and even prepared bottles for her, but she, my daughter, isn't having any of it. I'll even get up at 2, 4 and 5 a.m. to give her cups of milk. No go. The day seemed like a breaking point for my wife. She lashed out with a "leave me alone" to my girl who was really clawing at her shirt. Oh my. I feel a little hopeless in this whole situation, but I thought I had a clever stroke, and mistakenly suggested it. "Why don't you rub habanero sauce on your nipples?" Snicker /. She jumped up, ran to the fridge, and I thought no way. I went to see what she was doing and, sure enough, standing there with the fridge door wide open, my wife was rubbing my hot sauce all over her nipples. Dear, you're not serious. I was kidding. That stuff is really / nasty hot. I have to do something. And I have to admit she really seems at her wit's end, but this seems harsh. I'm now pleading with her to try different ideas. She can't be serious. But now my wife is dancing around the kitchen. Ouch. Ouch. PSSSHHHTT. Hot. Holy shit. Ow. Ow. OWWW. Half laughing, she eventually cools off, but this goes on for a while and I'm trying not to laugh, but she looks ridiculous bouncing around the kitchen clutching her boobs. Later on, we're curled up on the couch watching a show and, right on cue, my girl wants to nurse. My wife let her latch on. I'm watching because I'm freaked out, witnessing a slow-mo train wreck, and my wife has an actual grin on her face. It didn't go well. My daughter pulled back in horror and is now afraid to go near mommy's boobs. I had to rescue her and brought her to get a glass of milk. She tried again recently but thought better of it, taking a sniff instead and abandoning hope. What have I done? My wife feels like she has a huge victory. I feel like I've witnessed the birth of a supervillain. Too long didn't read, foolishly suggested my wife rub hot sauce on her boobs to stop our daughter from constantly nursing. Update, we're having lots of fun reading through all the comments. Lots of laughs and love here. Thanks everyone. I took another shot at being clever again and suggested, as we're cuddled on the couch, that, as payback, to avenge my daughter, I dipped my beep boop in hot sauce so mommy could get a taste of her own medicine. We laughed for a moment but then quickly realized that's just a scorched earth, nobody wins scenario. No more hot sauce anywhere for a long while. For what it's worth, I told my 2-year-old that my boobs, were broken. I replaced nursing with just cuddling and extra fun distractions during the day, and just stuck with the story that they were broken. Eventually, the habit was broke. Boob.x is not responding. As a child, I used to grab anything off the table and put it in my mouth without no stopping. One day there was black pepper spice with no cap on the table, and as soon as I see it I run for it. My mom instinctively sees it and tries to grab it first, but stops herself last second and says to herself, "Let him have it, and see where it goes." Well, I sneezed, coughed and cried for a while, but my mom's nightmare was over. I don't know how I feel about you calling your dick a beep boop. I've heard this is a thing, though, and people do it. Thanks for the inside look. My kid will always want dad's food, right? So when we go out I order the spiciest thing there is so I can have a meal to myself. Well, I guess she's okay with spicy food and I'm still sharing with her. Now she just says ooh spiffy and chugs some milk. Repeat a dozen times until my food and her milk are both gone. 11-year-old likes flaming hot Cheetos. 3-year-old naturally wants some too. After realizing how hot they are, she tries blowing on them to cool them off. Hot tamales. Yeah, great. I'll have to steal that. Now that's gonna be a thing at our house. Thanks for fucking up my family even more.